Hello, class, and welcome to week 6 of BACC 531 Managerial Accounting. As we come to week 6 of our course, you're going to be taking a look at several chapters this week. Specifically, you're going to be looking at chapter 12 on the topic of responsibility accounting and the balanced scorecard, chapter 13 dealing with investment centers and transfer pricing, and chapter 14 examining decision making in relation to relevant costs and benefits and considerations related to that. In Chapter 12, dealing with the topic of responsibility accounting and the balanced scorecard, you're going to learn to explain the role of responsibility accounting in fostering goal congruence within an organization. You also define and give an example of a cost center, a revenue center, a profit center, and an investment center, as well as to examine the different attributes of what makes each of those centers what they are, why those centers are important, how they're useful, and how they can inform decision making in a variety of organizations. Specifically, you're also going to take those concepts and then you're going to apply them in the context of generating a performance report. And you'll also learn to explain the relationships between the performance reports for various types of responsibility centers and what information and insights that can yield. You'll also learn to use a cost allocation base in order to allocate costs within those centers and to prepare segmented income statements. The balanced scorecard concept, you'll explore a little bit further in relation to that as well as the reasoning behind the balanced scorecard and how some of the information, both financial and non-financial performance measures that inform responsibility centers and responsibility accounting can also be used along with the balanced scorecard approach to help inform and broaden our understanding of how an organization is performing and how that performance might be improved. In Chapter 13, as you delve into investment centers and transfer pricing, you're going to look at explaining the role of managerial accounting in achieving goal congruence in relation to investment centers and what they're trying to do within an organization. An organization is often a combination of different centers, different subcomponents and divisions, and different groupings within a business entity. And one of the challenges that managers often encounter is how to align the goals of individual centers and individual managers of those centers with the overall objectives of the organization. Managing that process and learning to craft not only goals but strategies to achieve those goals with an understanding of some of the challenges that are part of that process is a key part of successful management. So in chapter 13, you're going to explore those concepts and those challenges and again strategies for how to deal with that. Specifically, you'll also look at some performance assessment measures that are important to that area, including return on investment, residual income, and economic value added. For some of you, those measures may already be familiar to you, while for others, those may be new concepts. But what you're going to be looking at, even if those are familiar measures, is how to leverage those performance assessment metrics within the context of various investment centers, and then at an executive level, how we harness that together to improve the overall performance of the organization and achieve what we're seeking to do. In addition to that, you're also going to look at how to bring into that process other techniques and other strategies and processes, including investment decisions and the use of various avenues to making those investment decisions and evaluating those various alternatives in relation to goal congruence. And then, of course, you're going to look at transfer pricing and specifically how we deal with some of the challenges and particular strategies for dealing with challenges related to various pricing policies in terms of how goods and services are being transferred, are being exchanged within the business organization. Finally, in chapter 14, you're going to take a look at decision making with respect to relevant costs and benefits. And in this particular chapter, you're going to begin by describing the 7 steps in the decision making process, looking at that broad framework, and in particular, the managerial accountant's role in that process and how managerial accounting can help to inform those steps. Along with that, you'll explore the relationships that exist between quantitative and qualitative analysis of decision making, why both are are important, and good decision making doesn't rely strictly on one or the other, but involves a balance in the use of both sources of information to help define and to help us understand both the nature of what we're dealing with and various strategies for how to navigate that and how to find strategic advantages and how to find, again, the achievement of goals and the achievement, particularly of long term strategic objectives, given the particular business situation that we're facing. You'll also identify relevant costs and benefits in relation to that process, looking not only at the definition of each, but examples of different types and strategies related to them. You'll also explore how to give proper treatment to sunk costs, opportunity costs, and unit costs within a business organization as well. You'll look at manufacturing decisions involving joint products and limited resources and different considerations related to that, as well as the impact of advanced manufacturing environments and activity-based costing on relevant cost analysis. You'll also look at, as your objectives detail, a linear program to solve a product mix problem with multiple constraints. That's going to be a very specific situation, but one that becomes increasingly relevant to a variety of organizations as we consider some of the challenges that are posed by having not a single product, but specifically a product mix, groupings of products and challenges related to those products. So something that will certainly be of relevance to most, if not all of you, given your professional context and the challenges you're navigating in that context as a manager, as a professional, and as a leader. In relation to those three chapters, you're going to have several assignments to tackle this week. You will have your usual weekly reading assignment, specifically the week 6 reading assignment related to content from these three chapters, as well as the week 6 problem set that will take you through the laboratory of exploring that content in the context of your homework problems. In addition, you're going to have an additional project this week in the form of your week 6 article research paper and posting. Instructions for this research paper were provided for you in previous weeks. They're also found in the week 6 folder, but you'll see there a listing of the topics that you can select from among to craft this research paper, specifically the things that you can research. You will see noted in that list of topics that it is possible to select another managerial accounting related topic outside of the list. There are 20 topics that are provided for you, but other topics can be approved as long as you have my permission as your professor. So if you're selecting a topic from that list, you do not need my permission. You can go ahead and pursue that topic. If you want to research a topic of interest and relevance to you related to managerial accounting, but it's not provided on that list, that's also fine. Just let me know that in advance. You can reach out by email and let me know what you want to research, and I'll be glad to review that and let you know if that is approved. Once you've selected your topic, you can then complete the remainder of the requirements and assignments related to that paper, specifically finding the research articles. And I provided a helpful video in the course resources folder as well that will take you through a tutorial of how to find those resources from the UC Library database. You'll see the specific instructions about the number of peer-reviewed resources that are required, the content, the specific content and structure of the paper, and the requirements related to that. I'm not going to go through that exhaustively here, but I want to encourage you to be sure to read those instructions early on this week so you'll know what to plan for. And again, hopefully you've explored that previously, again in previous weeks as those instructions were provided. But make sure you review that carefully. If you have questions about that process, please let me know. You will also see that there is a two-part component. One part, your original paper, of course, has to be constructed and submitted, but you also have a discussion forum related to that paper where you will post it, and then you'll also be asked to review the paper postings of others in the class and to provide constructive feedback on that. That's a way not only, of course, to take you through the process of constructing a research paper, an original research paper of your own writing, your own construction and research, but also to be able to share your research findings, to share what you have written and what you produced with others in the class, and to be able to develop constructively through that. Again, if you have any questions related to that, please reach out and let me know. You'll also find the relevant due dates for those assignments, including the discussion forum that's associated with that paper in the week 6 folder. If you have any questions, please reach out. You can reach me as always at jake.brock@ucumberlands.edu, and I'll be glad to respond and help you any way that I can. With that, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic week 6 and have a great day ahead of you.